What is up, my fellow patriots? So, I am quite sure y'all know there's a war going on right now between Russia and Ukraine. Old Putin there is flexing some muscle and attacking its neighbor, Ukraine. Putin says he's doing it to fight Nazis, which is not entirely false because Obama installed this government in 2014. Ukraine is not a democracy in any way, shape, or form. And they have literal, actual Nazis in their government. So, hey, I don't know. I am not anybody's side, really. I am for peace and freedom. That's my side. I don't want to see anybody die. Not at all. And one of the reasons why Putin felt empowered to do this is because his coffers have been filled with billions upon billions of dollars from him selling his energy. Check this out.
Yeah, it's very sad when Germany makes a massive oil and gas deal with Russia, where you're supposed to be guarding against Russia, and Germany goes out and pays billions and billions of dollars a year to Russia. Yep. So we're protecting Germany, we're protecting France, we're protecting all of these countries, and then numerous of the countries go out and make a pipeline deal with Russia, where they're paying billions of dollars into the coffers of Russia.
That was Nord Stream 2. So
we're supposed to protect you against Russia.
Which Biden lifted all Trump sanctions day one in office and killed our Keystone XL pipeline for Americans.
Is the head of the pipeline company that's supplying the gas.
This guy right here, by the way, this dude is the head of NATO. That's the NATO flag right there. This guy runs it.
With natural gas. So you tell me, is that appropriate? I mean, I've been complaining about this from the time I got in. It should have never been allowed to have happened.
Never been allowed.
But Germany is totally controlled by Russia. Because they were getting from 60 to 70% of their energy from Russia and a new pipeline. And you tell me if that's appropriate, because I think it's not. And I think it's a very bad thing for NATO, and I don't think it should have happened. And I think we have to talk to Germany about it. On top of that, Germany is just paying a little bit over 1%. Whereas the United States, in actual numbers, is paying 4.2%.
4.2% of our GDP.
So I think that's inappropriate also.
Yeah, why are we footing the bill for the road?
We're protecting everybody.
It doesn't make any goddamn sense.
And yet we're paying a lot of money.
Missed this dude yet?
Now this has been going
I
on
sure
for
as hell
decades. This has been brought up by other presidents, but other presidents never did anything about it.
If he was still in office,
or they just didn't want to
this
get
war
involved.
wouldn't have happened.
But I have to bring it up because I think it's very unfair to our country. It's very unfair to our taxpayer.
It's very unfair.
And I think that these countries have to step it up, not over a 10-year period. They have to step it up immediately. Germany is a rich country. They talk about they're going to increase it a tiny bit by 2030. Well, they could increase it immediately tomorrow. And have no problem. I don't think it's fair to the United States.
It's not. It's not fair in any way, shape, or form. All right, so what's going on over here back at home as far as this war is concerned? But here we go. Joey, cheese brain Biden, had an interview. He said, how did we get to this place where, Putin decided he's going to invade Russia? This is the guy's the leader of the free world. You better hope we don't have an actual World War III with this potato head in charge. Otherwise, we're in some serious trouble. Yeah, what we have over here. This is from the Gateway Pundit. Again, Ukraine and the U.S. have one thing in common. The Obama-Biden ran a coup in both nations, which is totally true. So for those who think that Ukraine's a democracy, you're sadly mistaken. This Obama dude overthrew their government back in 2014. They were behind a coup to install a leader in Ukraine, and less than a decade later, they did the same thing to install Biden in the U.S. with another coup. So that Ukraine is not a democracy in any way, shape, or form. And then we have here our Chucky doll-looking Jen Psaki White House press conference chick says that the White House is deeply concerned about a threat to freedom of speech in Russia. She's worried about freedom of speech in Russia after the country blocks access to Facebook. Now, Refresh my memory if I got this wrong, but I think this bitch has been on TV for the last 2 years screaming at big tech and everybody else to censor anybody with a different point of view than the White House has, especially on Wu flu. Which, by the way, I am a pure blood. I'm not taking your experimental vaccines no matter what. You want to take them, I'm not anti-vax. You go ahead and take them. Fine by me. And as she's worried about freedom of speech in Russia, look what's happening here. Biden's Surgeon General launches latest crusade to purge dissident, orders big tech to provide info to the federal government on those spreading COVID misinformation. Well, the problem with misinformation is, remember at the beginning, they said that the lab leak theory was misinformation. It turns out to be true. Remember when they said if you take the shot, you don't have to worry about it. You can't get or spread Wu flu anymore. And then that turned out to be true. So yesterday's misinformation is today's facts. And who gets to decide what's misinformation, what's not? These people in charge, these Democrats. So they're worried about freedom of speech in Russia, huh? Well, maybe you want to take advice from lefties. Far left actress Patricia Arquette demands Russia be kicked out of NATO. Yes, Russia kicked out of NATO. Holy hell, man! I don't who gets their opinions from lefties, their news from lefties. You're in some sad shape, man. God, I hate lefties. And then, to prove my point, a substitute teacher and journalists are suspended for not parroting the state's approved talking points on Russia's invasion of Ukraine. So if you have a different point of view, well, they'll suspend you, they'll cancel you, they'll debank you, deplatform you, deperson you, and they're worried about freedom of speech in Russia. Yeah, that's really nice. And then on top of that, look at the lies. Jen Nutsaki here, the Chucky-looking thing, says gas prices are going up because Putin invaded Ukraine. Well, hey, man, what was that? Not even 2 weeks ago? Well, I don't know about you, but I remember gas prices going up well before 2 weeks ago. So, what utter nonsense, huh? All right. So, yeah, war is hell. General George S. Patton, World War II. Well, I don't know. That sounds true, but I don't know who this person is in this tank that's driving it. But this person's a scumbag. This is a war crime. Check it out. Bam! Just runs over the car. Just turns and runs it over. Like, wow, what a piece of shit you gotta be to do that to just a random car, non-combatant person just driving down the road, and you run it over like that. That is just messed up. And it's touted as a Russian tank squashes Ukrainian car. I'm not so sure about that because I didn't see a Z on it or any column of tanks. And look, the person lived. So that's amazing, huh? Talk about amazeballs. You lived after a tank ran over your car. God bless you. God bless you. All right, and I still don't understand why anybody still trusts the mainstream media. You might have heard this one. This is a pretty cool story here. This is an island in the Black Sea that had 13 Ukrainian defenders on it. When a Russian warship rolled up, and they said, "This is Russian military warship. I suggest you lay down your weapons." I absolutely do love this response if you want to check it out. Let's go. I suggest you lay down your weapons, they say. It's a Russian military warship. Surrender to avoid bloodshed. Needless casualties, otherwise you will be bombed. I love the response. Check it out. It's really cool. Check it out. Watch. Here it comes. Ukrainian soldier says, "Go fuck yourself." Now that is badass, isn't it? Russian radio voice, go fuck yourself. Now, everybody said that these 13 people died. That Cenk Uygur, water buffalo looking dude was on TYT crying. The people died. They were so brave and everything. And they used this video to say that. Did they die? I don't know. Let's play some more of the video.
There
you go. So same video. The guy doesn't know. There's the ship. He doesn't know. They're trying to scare them. They're bombing the rocks. They're all still alive. All 13 of them. So far, nothing destroyed, he says. So, damn, man. You got to stop listening to mainstream media. Never believe anything that you see or hear on the TVs or the interwebs. You just cannot trust it. That's just reality. And I guess I'll end my first ever video here. I hope you enjoyed it. I am the Wicked Wizard himself. I want you to subscribe to my channel, like my video, and share my video. And to leave you, we're going to do just a little teeny song here from my boy Alex Jones. Check it out.
I will beat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will.
Ready.
I will eat your ass.
Your leftist ass
like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. My children aren't going hungry. I'll do it. I'll drink your blood.
I'll drink your blood.
And I'm starting to think about having to eat my neighbor. You think I like sizing up? I'm gonna haul him up by chain. Chop his ass up, sizing up. Gonna haul him up by chain. Chop, 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 chop.
Eat your leftist ass
like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will.
I'll eat your ass. Eat your leftist ass.
Like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will.
Ready.
I will eat your ass.
All right. I hope you enjoyed this video. I liked hanging out with y'all. Peace, love, and, be real. Take care. Bye.